Well, what she say? I'm not just for show. I'm here to let you know. Let me see if I. No, but I don't even have that song where I can go to it like that. Yeah, but then I started looking at that, right? And you know how we know it's a movie now, so we ain't eye gazing. But when you start looking at, cause they actors, and when you just start looking at the intelligence, you got to be real intelligent with acting. Acting is actually very difficult because it's fiction, and we living in a real life society. So like when they didn't just killed the brother in Minneapolis, right? It's very difficult to see that, and then you're gonna get on camera, and you might be doing a comedy, and you got to laugh and joke. Then some actors might be the devil, so you got to get into that. But that's the reality. The reality is black in America, so that's why I say it's very difficult. And to study that scene with that black woman, and she's singing. So it's one thing when you singing R&B and you a singer, but she doing that's like play a stage play performing. She performing. So that's a certain level of intelligence. And then she was doing that thing, just her whole thing. Oh, that black woman, beautiful, man. So I seen, we talk about intelligence, and it's black people intelligence, our superiority, and it's more than just song and dance. So I just seen how intelligent that black woman was, and I just, all that thing. I was like, okay, this is Netflix. So everybody talking about they ain't talking about it no more. But when Netflix first came out, every black woman that I knew, they had a Netflix. So I didn't know what that was. That like cable channel or something. So I finally, after I done got into the movies and was studying it, and then I realized, well, okay, this is Netflix. I started seeing what was going on, right? So I was like, the one thing I do remember is that I was like, well, look, they got Dave Chappelle on Netflix. And I've been wanting to take a look at Dave Chappelle.
Even if he did do it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, it's Michael Jackson. I know more than half the people in this room have been molested in their lives. But it wasn't no goddamn Michael Jackson, was it?
And see what's going on with what he doing. The brother's actually real good, but I didn't really know how good he was until I seen what he had on Netflix. But it's like a whole culture surrounding Dave. So I was trying to get to this point about the genius of Dave Chappelle, Mr. Chappelle. And I didn't really know the severity. Now I don't want to get it out of hand, but I believe that like brother Dave that came and went so fast, and Dave talking to a crowd of black people in Atlanta, and so they talking about well, well, I ain't gonna say the majority, but a lot of black people are homosexual in Atlanta. And that's what they say. I don't know how true that is. Then we know black in America, it's a lot of black men in Atlanta. Just black men like me and you. So we not trying to get it confused. We just talking about the stereotype is that it's a lot of homosexual black men in Atlanta. And so you following along, right, with your spirit about what's going on. And then he say half the people in here than been molested. That's what he say, right? He say half the people and the thing, it's not that it's funny, but that it's true. And he said that. And for you to be molested and to be sitting in there, that's like
My mind's telling me no. Okay, R. Kelly is different. I mean, you know, if I'm a betting man, I'm gonna put my money on he probably did that shit. I'm pretty sure he did that shit. You know, it's bad, okay? So a couple years ago, I was doing a show in Detroit, and I'm sitting backstage in my dressing room. A friend of mine comes by, this chick, Dream Hampton. Dream tells me.
so I just thought that was real good, you know, how he do his thing and trying to understand like where you get that genius from to put something together like that because it's entertainment, right? And it's a professionalism. You got to be professional. Like, you know, like again, when we talk about Miss Campbell, or I think her last name Martin now, Miss Martin, but when we talk about Tisha Campbell, let's go to her joint and just how she do her thing. Oh man, how she do her thing, boy. If I could show, I need to too. Oh, I was about to forget my boy. I'm gonna tell you a movie you should take a look at. They got my brother Bill Duke. Bill Duke, a real live black man. He a movie director. Bill Duke directed Deep Cover with Lawrence Fishburne. He directed Deep Cover, and then he directed A Rage in Harlem with fine ass Robin Givens and Forrest Whitaker. He put A Rage in Harlem is one of the realest black movies with black people, black men that you will ever see. The only other real movie now you got gangster black movies, but I'm just talking about real deal black men in America. We black in America, where it ain't gonna be. I mean, you know, as black people we do extraordinary things, but this is gonna be like realistic. A Rage in Harlem, and then they had that one movie with that stinking ass devil, where she was supposed to be like some type of assassin, but they had these black men in that movie that was whipping her ass, and that was those and that was like a European type setting. Those black men in that movie was the realest black man I ever seen besides these black men in A Rage in Harlem. And they had Bill Duke direct that joint. Oh, that thing was decent, right? So that's something, you know, that's something you should take a look at if you're trying to get your movie thing going on. She a grown ass woman now, but I'm talking about she doing all of this. Brother, she like 19 or 20 years old. I'm gonna let you go. Give me love. And then how she look at you while she's like, this is what I'm trying to tell you. She's singing to you. It's a movie, but she's everybody listening, and we ain't trying to hot the sister up, right? You know. But we was gonna try to do an article on her. I was trying to think of how I was gonna do it. I was gonna talk because again, it's intelligence, and we got this one book. Whenever we decide to put it out, it's curriculum design for public school systems. It's a book that educates a country on how to develop a curriculum for their young people to progress their country. Cause we losing in intelligence. So how do you develop a curriculum to enhance your students' intelligence as far as the entire country? Ties you, right? Like she can move and then she sound beautiful. And then, it's not that she attractive, but in everything that she giving you, she just very attractive. And that thing just was beautiful, man. So we was trying to write. I was gonna write because we got the thing on the internet too, where we talk about the black college superhero, and we just trying to give you black people that's doing their thing in this devil country with intelligence. And so as young black women specifically, stop being ignorant. How do you develop your intelligence to progress? I ain't talking about being no one's slave. I'm talking about like I guarantee that brother, he seemed like he a good brother. I don't know. I only know him from seeing him on movies. But I guarantee, brother, cause a lot of times we don't be seeing it because we got too many other things going on, or it might just be big bank take little bank. So, then depending on our size, we ain't gonna make that crossover no way. But I guarantee he's seen that. And that probably was a defining moment where I'm gonna talk to her and marry her. And she probably a good woman. Is my whole point. Right? So I'm watching these Spike Lee movies, man. I'm watching Mr. Lee movies. And Mr. Lee, like, we again, that's my mama, right? So it's like I'm making a movie about my mama, and I'm the director. So I'm gonna strip my mama naked and have someone do a sex scene with my mama. That's how every time I see. Now it could. And then we talk about the abuse of black women, and I'm gonna try to stay focused. But I seen this one movie. It was a good cinematography movie, but it was just so damn depressing, man. I seen the movie about the document where it was a movie documentary type situation about Miss Roxanne Shante, what's up, black woman, and that movie just made me sick, man. That movie, man. Then, like they always rep. I ain't gonna say rep. They do rep the projects, but they always talk about the projects like this the project I'm from, right? But this movie right here, and we not from the projects, but we kind of understand what it is not to have no finance, to be, I ain't gonna say poverty, I ain't even gonna say poor, just to not have no finance. But this movie right here really kind of show when they say, well, you ain't gonna make it out the projects. And so this is really what that movie, that you gotta understand, people that live in the projects, it's a negative, bad vibe. If you live in them projects, like the projects, like, Miss Shantae was from Queensbridge. If you living in Queensbridge, you might could do college and I don't even know what kind of obstacles they got out. Cause if you talking about college and college debt, right? I don't know. But just they got whatever this is called a mechanism. This mechanism that they got in this country against us black people, man. You get caught up in like you come into the world and you coming into a project environment as a little child. They can gather somehow where you just gonna be in the projects for the next 60, 70 years. Where it's gonna take your grandchildren to get out the projects. That's real life. So we've been talking about the abuse of the black woman, and we don't be abusing no black women. Whenever, we don't abuse no black people. But that black woman, man, that's your wife. But this movie right here, man, they just did these black women so dirty, man. I don't know if it's true or not, how true it is. It's called Roxanne, and it's a documentary. It's like a fiction documentary about Roxanne Shante, right? The black woman who used to rhyme. Now, I used to listen to her, but I think I only heard like one. But I only remember the joint with Roxanne Shante. And then they had the other black woman, light skin. She was Roxanne. So Roxanne Shante came out, but then KRS-One came out with his joint. And then it was UFO. It was them two going back and forth. UFO. And then it was the Roxanne Shante, the light skinned one. She kind of like carried on where I remember her more. And I don't really remember the first Roxanne Shante. I don't remember that one. I remember the one song she had when she talking about UFO. I remember that joint. But I don't ever remember her coming out with no record or nothing. Then it was MC Lyte. Okay, so the movie first come on, right? She a little girl, right? Or a little girl in the projects. I didn't even know they got it where she supposed to know Nas. Like Nas is supposed to be like, see, Nasir is supposed to be one of the little children that was rhyming up under her. I didn't even know that, right? But so she a little child. And the movie first come on where she about to battle this dude, this black man, this young black man, right? And he like, man, I'm not about to rap, I'm not about to battle no girl. And before she started rhyming, like, they had her mother being played by Nia Long, right? And so the first thing she said, well, mommy, can I cuss? And then her mother give her permission to cuss, right? So then she's just, all that thing is it's done real nicely, right? So, okay, it gets you into the movie, right? And we like, well, we don't try to really mess with too much hip hop, rap music, like explicit lyrics type situation. We be trying to stay focused, and because a lot of times wickedness will gravitate because it's all around. All right, so the whole thing, right? I think Miss Shante had like 4 sisters, a house full of black women, young black girls. She was the oldest, and the black woman they had play her, she was fine too, man. Oh, she was like, like she was very attractive. I'm trying to think of who I'm comparing her to. Like, when you put the camera on her. Okay, I'm thinking about the black woman in The Sweet Blood of Jesus. I think that's a movie. Now, Spike Lee got the movie called The Sweet Blood of Jesus. But they got a black woman. Now, a big shout out to that black man too that was the leading star in that joint. I'm gonna tell you straight up, right? When movies come like that, man, how I be feeling, man. I was like, damn, Mr. Lee, you should have cast me in that joint. They got this black woman in there. Now, when we say the standard Kenya Moore, they got exceptions to the rule. Now, this black woman, she fine, but she got a different type of fineness. Like Kenya Moore fine, like, that black woman fine. This black woman right here that played in that movie, The Sweet Blood of Jesus, she fine, but she got more of a personality type fine. Like, she got some flavor with her. Where I see her with me. Like, that's why I say, like, the black man that played in that joint, he did his thing, right? But some women you just attracted to. Like, you be attracted to Whitney Houston. And we attracted to Mary J. Blige, right? And so we're just some women that if it was like, I think if we was like financially equal, or if I'm financially above her, because it is finances now. Black woman ain't supposed to be working. Then I would probably holler at her. Like, I just would go and holler at her and here go my number. I'm going to call you. We going to hook up or whatever, such that we going to get married and have a whole bunch of children. So that's the type of thing. So this is the type of vibe she giving off, man. That black woman in this joint, real beautiful. I mean, she I don't know. It's just, I don't even know what that is, right? So that was the standard. I was one of them type black women. She might make you go crazy in love with her, man. When you just like, after she tell you no, you just had to put her down, man. And I don't even know, eat a whole bunch of cheesecakes and put on some weight or something. That's the type of black woman. Cause if she love you, then she got to love you, right? She ain't no Muslim. She ain't no Muslim sister. Not that she Can't be, but she ain't no Muslim sister now. But that's the type of fineness that black woman is, man, where you be like, damn, I got to get home, man. I got to leave work early every day. Right? You start doing them 8 to 12, 4-hour work days, and she get tired of you being there. So that's the type of black woman this black woman is in that movie, man. And so we was going from there to this black woman that's playing Roxanne Shante in this movie, right? And so they about to say she not as flavorful. I think it's that Indian, that Native, what they call a Native American. I think that's what it is too, right? That Native American, the spirit of them original Indians. Cause this black woman in Roxanne, she got the same type flavor. So, Nia Long playing the movie, playing the mother of Roxanne Shante. And they got these young black women in this apartment, and Nia Long, the mother, right? The mother, and I think she had like 4 daughters. Or as Roxanne Shante had 3 sisters, right? So it's tight up in there. So the whole thing with the movie is that the movie start off with they about to move out the projects into a house. And so Nia Long got some man she messing with. That ain't her husband. That's just a man she messing with, right? But I knew something was wrong. Now it's a movie, but I knew something was wrong. Something was telling me something wrong, because her children wasn't not even that it was their daddy or nothing.